Hey guys, Blake Wilson back. This is my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2025. Everybody that you see here, these are all the runner-ups. There's a little bit of problems I have with each of them.
But yeah, first starting with Dragon Man, the tail is just, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get him to stand, and it gets in the way when it comes to like posing and all that. And then Sauron, he could have came with fisted hands, and I don't think they could have, did the wings as pinless because then it costed more for them to resculpt the arms. But yeah, the bendy wire tail is nice because I could have bought him loose back when he was a Build-A-Figure, but I just didn't. And then when I heard about the box set, I got my hands on it as soon as I could. And the Silver Surfer here, like I never got the HasLab Silver Surfer from Galactus, so this one is nice because it's pinless. But I mean, we could have got a different body mold for him and probably better board setup, so we don't have to use one peg for the surfboard. Ultimate Iron Man here. It is a good looking figure, and it's good for the most part. Besides the torso articulation, like that system that they have for the torso articulation, it's what we want, but it's not executed right, so that's kind of an issue. And then with the Sunspot, I almost call him Sunfire. He's kind of basic. He comes with a couple accessories, but the hair sculpt is soft because X-Men 97 figures tend to be like that. Weapon X Wolverine, it's just an update of the one we got from before, pinless and a few more accessories. So that's actually good that this one has a few more accessories. And the head sculpts just look better overall. The Astonishing X-Men Beast, I thought the sculpt of it was smaller than the 90s Beast, Jim Lee. So I was kind of tripping about that. I was like, is this sculpt smaller or is it still relatively the same size? But the only annoying thing with this figure is like trying to get that book that's in his hand. He doesn't have a proper hand to really like hold that, so I kind of had to finagle with it, and it's been pretty annoying. It's kind of a letdown that I couldn't really get it to rest in his hand like you would with the older Beast figures, so that sucks. But yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3 came with an awful head sculpt. It's just a reuse of the No Way Home head sculpt, so he could have been on this list if he had the proper head sculpt like he was supposed to have. But no, Punisher is good. It's just, I don't know, kind of basic. They could have given him more hands, more weapons, and yes, this head sculpt is way better than the one we got before. So yes, this is the better Punisher figure, but still could use more. And that Electro in the back from No Way Home, $35 for him back then. I think he was going for 35, and then they discounted him to like 20 or 17, something like that. He just didn't come with the right amount of accessories that he should have. He doesn't come with the Jamie Foxx head sculpt. So yeah, this is the arc reactor that I got on Etsy, and yeah, it should have came with this. I don't know why it didn't, but it should also came with the Jamie Foxx head. Probably rights issues or something. So yeah, this isn't glued on, even though I should glue it on because like there's no reason for it to not be on there, because like this is part of the look. But yeah, these straps and all that are annoying when they come apart. So yeah, this could have been better, but it's still good for what it is.
So at number 10 here, we have Lizard from Spider-Man No Way Home. We've been waiting forever for them to put this team together for the not Sinister Six, but the 5 villains that we got in the movie. I mean, Venom kind of was in it, but that was at the very end in the post-credit scene. But regardless, this Lizard figure is actually pretty neat. Like, I always hated the Amazing Spider-Man design for the Lizard, but No Way Home kind of did it similarly, but different at the same time. And then the way it translated in figure form is actually pretty nice. And I did make a custom Lizard. I bought 2 of them, so I did one with a different look. So yeah, this was a pretty good surprise, even though it's an older body mold, just upgraded to pinless, and it actually has wrist articulation and extra head. So yeah, this is a pretty nice Lizard figure. At number 9, we have the Genocide Build-A-Figure. Even though it's called uh, Nemesis right on the packaging, but this is the 616 version of Holocaust, if I'm correct on that. But yeah, this was like the best Build-A-Figure that came out for 2025. The articulated jaw, I really wasn't expecting that because you usually see that like on Ghost Rider and like maybe some like reptilian characters like Lizard and Dragon Man and Sauron. But yeah, this is also a pleasant surprise. And then if you have the retro carded Apocalypse and you have the blast effect that goes into the his gun, it also pops onto the Nemesis Build-A-Figure or Genocide, whichever you want to call it. But yeah, it's got double jointed arms, which usually Build-A-Figures don't always get double jointed arms, but luckily this time they did. And yeah, this is a really good figure. Hopefully they come out with the actual Holocaust from Age of Apocalypse, because yeah, this will be a placeholder for right now, but it's still a very excellent figure. At number 8, we have Man-Wolf from Magic of the Gathering. Now, I feel like Doctor Strange or Thor would have better accompanied the Magic of the Gathering line than Spider-Man. I mean, sure, yeah, Spider-Man's come across mystical, elements and events throughout the comics, but it's more fitting for those characters, Thor and Doctor Strange. But yeah, this Man Wolf figure is pretty good. It has an articulated jaw, and the neck has a separate piece so that you can get better neck movement. I mean, yeah, I should have had boot rotation because it has the sculpted boots, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. And I know Toy Biz gave us this figure a long time ago, but it was in a different look. So hopefully down the line, we could get a civilian John Jameson or even Manwolf in the particular outfit that we got from the Toy Biz days. But overall, this is still pretty good Manwolf figure. At number 7, we have X-Men 97 Cable. Now, this whole figure has like that cartoony look to it, based on the proportions and the styling of the the armor and all that, and well, the head sculpt too. So yeah, at first I wasn't sold about the wave 3 of X-Men 97, but a few of them caught my eye. So yeah, Cable. I mean, if you get this figure and you have the other Cable figures and you do head swaps, you can make a pretty good Cable figure if you're not into the animated look for the 97 figures. So yeah, we're almost there when it comes to getting the perfect Cable figure. But yeah, hopefully they remake other Cable figures that we got in the past that are outdated. So yeah, this is still probably the best X-Men 97 figure in that way. At number 6, we have Daredevil from his own Disney Plus series, Daredevil Born Again. I remember when I used to have the Netflix version that they came out with in the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave. I regret getting rid of it, and then when I heard that they made it canon to the MCU, because this is before I even knew about the whole multiverse thing, so I just was getting rid of figures I thought had no relevance. So I regret getting rid of the old one, and if I come across it, I might get it, or maybe the Mezco version, who knows. But yeah, now that I have this one, it's definitely not going anywhere. But yeah, only thing is with this figure, I wish the wire between the billy clubs was, well, bendable, so it's not. So that's my only gripe about it. I mean, sure, they could have done some ankle swivel or boot cut rotation, but it is what it is. Do as much as I can with it. But yeah, it sucks that the Matt Murdock head from the Spider-Man No Way Home wave, it doesn't fit on the body, and you would have thought that they would have included a Matt Murdock head sculpt. So I guess we'll see for if we get this figure repainted for the season 2 look, because he's in the black suit with the 2Ds on the chest. So hopefully they repaint this in that black suit, and I'll most likely buy that. And yeah, hopefully they include a Matt Murdock head sculpt for that. But yeah, this is still an excellent figure though. At number 5, it's actually not both of these figures, it's just the Iron Man figure. The Mandarin, sure, it's on the Matt Murdock body because it's the pinless suited body, but people just weren't having it with this figure because it's not the classic Mandarin. And I can agree. I was telling people hey, if you don't like this figure, maybe you can get a custom robe and put it over that, and then you can have your classic Mandarin. And also the Mandarin head sculpt is just too big. I don't know why, but it is. So that's kind of the issue. But besides that, the Iron Man figure, this looks perfect. I don't know why they didn't do it like this the first time around, but yeah, the gold actually looks gold, and the red looks, well, red, because the last release, the gold looked almost almost close to a silver. I don't know how to explain it, but it looked too close to silver. And then the red kind of looked like a muted red, so it was kind of close to a pink color. So yeah, it kind of sucked that the first time around they didn't even get the colors right, nor the articulation right for the torso. But yeah, luckily this time they fixed it. So yes, I know this is technically a redo of a figure from 2 years ago or whatever, but yeah, this is the best Iron Man figure that we got from 2025 for sure. At number 4, we have the not Marvel vs. Capcom Venom and Captain America 2-pack. And yes, I'm kind of cheating with this one because, they're both great figures. They're both upgrades. Well, Captain America, he doesn't have the scales, so that's fine. And, you know, he has butterfly joints because all the previous Captain America figures from the past never got that treatment. So now they have it this time around. And maybe hopefully in the future they can make a Captain America with this articulation system and with the scales on for next. But the Venom, at first I wasn't sold about it. I was like, man, I don't really want a blue Venom. And then I had to really think about it, and I was like, well, didn't Venom in like the 90s comics look very, very blue? Because, you know, the shading that they did in the 90s, they like made black characters look extra blue. So I could throw that in for like a 90s comic Venom if I really wanted to, but I might, you know, start collecting the Capcom figures too, but we'll see. I have no idea how much space in my collection I'll have. But yeah, this is a good 2-pack, and I almost didn't want to get it at first, and I don't regret this purchase at all. I'm glad that I got it because these are like the best interpretations of these characters, at least I think so far. At number 3, we have Spider-Man 2099 from the Retro Carded wave. Should have been done like this the first time. We had the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure wave version. I mean, this is right when Pizza Spider-Man came out, using the same body mold. Everybody loved that figure, you know, both of those when they came out, because it was like a game changer back then. And then when we got the Retro Card line, and they put 2099 Spider-Man on that same mold, and then muted the metallic blue, and it had like a purplish hue to it, and then they used the Prowler hands for the claws, and it was just so off. And I'm glad I never picked up that figure. But yeah, they did it right this time. I will say that I like the head sculpt better on the previous two 2099 figures, just because I like the triangular shape of the eyes. And then this head sculpt, they're more rounded, and that's not how I picture Spider-Man 2099. I don't see the lenses rounded off like that. They're more triangular, like I'm used to seeing. But yeah, this is still the best 2099 figure, and it does look better than the Mafex version that I've seen out there. So yeah, definitely get this one if you don't already have it, because it could sell out and then go for way too much on the aftermarket, so get it while you can. Number 2, we have the Not Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack. Now, people always complain and say, oh, this Thanos, we didn't need it. It doesn't need to be a paywall sort of situation where you have to buy the whole 2-pack just to get the figure that you want. I will say this. The Thanos figure that they put in is technically better than the one that they first put out. One, he has, you know, the proper sort of, what do you call those fins that are on the mask? Like, they're very elongated, and I remember the 90s comics really had them like that. It was the 80s and 90s, they were kind of elongated like that. And the Infinity Gauntlet, the paint is so much better on this one than the last one, because the stones on the Infinity Gauntlet are actually painted in metallic colors, and then the last one, they're like flat colors. I mean, I'm sure they had a shine to them, but I prefer the metallic colors any day. So yeah, they did the gauntlet right. The head sculpt looks good. I might paint the lines going down the side of his face, the orange lines, so I might paint those in the future. And then the Psylocke here, yeah, the Psylocke is like the better figure in the 2-pack. And yeah, I never had Psylocke before in any Marvel Legends form besides the training suit one that came in a like 3-pack. But yeah, this Psylocke is definitely the best one, and she does look better than the Mafex one from what I've seen. So yeah, I hopefully they do an X-Force Psylocke on this body mold, because I would have gotten that one, but now that she's kind of outdated on that body, might as well reuse this for X-Force and other variations of that costume.
At number 1, we have Spider-Man from Spider-Man Unlimited, the cartoon from the 90s. Only survived one season, unfortunately. But I hope they do make Venom and Carnage, because I think those were like the two main villains from that show. Sure, not everybody likes those designs, but I mean, they already started off with Spider-Man. Might as well do the rest. And yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you liked my top 10 video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Deuces. Yeah, never mind. This is not number one. Come on, guys. You know better. All right. At number one here, we have the X-Men 97 Sentinel. This is a masterpiece. I don't have any of the huge HasLab figures from the past, like Sentinel, Giant Man, and Galactus. I don't have any of those, so this is my biggest figure in my collection. And I never had a Sentinel from the past. Wanted one. I was gonna get those Sentinels in that 2-pack for it was like X-Men Arcade or something like that. They all sold out and they went for like 80 to $100 a piece. So I was like, nah. And yeah, I was able to get the Sentinel. I mean, he was going for like 180 or something when he first got revealed, and then now I think now he's still in stock, but he's like $200 now because the price increases over the past year. So yeah, definitely recommend this Sentinel if you can get your hands on it. If not, it's whatever, I guess. To each their own. And a lot of people will probably complain and say, "Oh, this isn't comic accurate. It's more accurate to the show." It is comic accurate. If you read any X-Men comics from like the 60s to the 80s, the older comics, it has this exact design. And I don't know, people just seem to look at the HasLab Sentinel and be like, "Oh, this is comic accurate." It's more accurate to the modern comics, yes, but the X-Men 97 Sentinel is also comic accurate, so you can use it in both displays if you would like. But yeah, that was all for my top 10 list. Let me know what your guys' top 10 is, or show me a video if you have one on your channel or something, TikTok, whatever. But yeah, hopefully we can agree on some of these. I mean, we don't have to agree on everything, but if you guys personally don't agree with any of my picks, just like let me know in the comments. But let's just be civil about it. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.